and welcome back to my vlog, Laugh and Live by Douglas Fairbanks, Chapter 6, Building Up a Personality. More and more, personality is coming into its own as man's greatest asset. There was never a day when it was not, but in former years, this essential quality was not listed under the name personality. Had we lived in the days of our fathers' youth, we would have heard about remarkable men, men of big caliber, large character, splendid presence, and the like. But it remained for our day and generation to discover the real word, personality, meaning the most perfect combination possible of man's highest attributes. At least that would be the definition in its fullest sense. Of course, everyone has a certain personality, and no matter in what degree its possession is valuable, personality is an acorn, so to speak, which may be cultivated into a sturdy oak. Personality is one's inner self, outwardly expressed. It represents the conquest of our weaknesses and naturally impresses our strength of character upon others. With personality, our foundation is firm. On this pedestal, we may stand squarely and face life with equanimity. For such, there is no end to achievement while good health and youthful spirit remain. It is impossible to come into the presence of a personality without becoming immediately aware of it. It is reflected by people of small stature, poor physiques, homely visages, as well as men of the highest physical development. The great Napoleon was just above 5 feet, while Lincoln towered over the 6-foot line. Men of personality are the last to say die. Their store of combativeness carries them beyond their real span of existence, either in years or achievement. Thus, the mind shows its mastery over matter. Alexander Pope was still writing while propped upon the pillows of his deathbed. Mark Twain joked with friends when he knew his hour was at hand. Personality is magnetic. It can charm the friend or put fear into the heart of the enemy. Joan of Arc, a frail woman, won battles at the head of her troops. History is filled with incidents where men of personality have turned defeat into victory by leading their soldiers back into the fray. Wholesome personality is the fulfillment of self-development, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But all personality is not wholesome, for it often shows in the face of the man who is a rogue at heart. Therefore, all personality is not for the good of the world. It is only of the wholesome kind that we speak. To such as possess it, the goal is divine. Personality could never be perfected without living a life of preparedness backed up by our most earnest and honest convictions. Personality is made up of many qualities and differs in man only as man is different from his brother man. Perfect personality requires constant care in its development and constant guard for its safety. It cannot be purchased in the open market. It must be built upon piece by piece, and everything we are becomes a part of it. Personality would be indeed imperfect if it did not give us full poise. If we neglect our physical poise, we pull down our mental poise, likewise our spiritual poise. That is why personality must be kept constantly protected against encroachment. But this can be so fixed by purpose, plan, and power of will that it becomes automatically safeguarded. Once in possession, we have only to make it part of our natural selves and wear it unconsciously to the last breath of life. Bees. Then the question is, why should we allow ourselves to be satisfied with an imperfect personality? It only reflects back upon ourselves. Haven't we often heard a man say, "He is all right, but..." Perhaps the personality in question was untidy, or that his walk was that of a laggard, or that he affected an egotistical air of superiority. Whatever the impairment, it should have been done away with. A man of personality should never be haunted with worry from the sneers of his inferiors because of their own laxity. Some men perfect their manner of speech to a degree which takes it above that of their weaker fellows. Others develop fine qualities which are viewed by ordinary individuals as affectations, but which are in reality the result of innate refinement. The man of no refinement has indeed an uphill fight, but with persistence and ambition to succeed, he can win. Lincoln, the rail splitter, is the most shining example of the power to will victory. For him to have fallen by the wayside would have caused no comment, for it would have been expected in those early days of struggle. But to those who have the benefit of inherited tendencies toward personality, to fail in its development is in the nature of a crime. Personality does not mean over-refinement. Sturdy qualities are the necessary ones. Over-refinement leads to the softer life and oft-times to degeneracy. Exalted ego is an indication of degeneracy and may have been inherited. Of those things we inherit that are good, we must hold. And everlastingly must we watch those which are bad. It is never wise to wander far away from basic principles into preachment. What we need is guidance along the road to the goal of personality. First of all, we need health, and second, the will to do. Next, we must use these weapons in the right direction, for personality is at its zenith when backed up by strong physique and brain power. From previous chapters, we have learned that success of any kind is predicated upon keeping ourselves in trim and in good humor. Keeping in trim is no trick at all. We can make it a part of every physical action, and as keeping in trim means perfection of body and soundness of mind, we should never neglect to utilize any effort that will help us toward bodily efficiency. There is exercise in stooping over to pick up a pin if we will go about it the right way. We can correct an ill-formed body by adopting and maintaining a certain carriage. We may hold our chin in such a way as to provide against stooped shoulders. We have opportunities both morning and evening to indulge in various forms of light, systematic exercises which will push forward the day's work with zest and vim. Poise has everything to do with personality. Therefore, the physical structure must come in for its share of proper attention. No man of refined personality would walk the streets with a soiled face or uncombed hair. Such things do not give poise. They are the evidence of a laggard spirit. The more we exercise, the more energetic we become. The surer we are of ourselves, the farther we get in the development of our personality. And that is that, building up a personality. And I'm on a 28-day grateful kick, so I'm grateful that I stumbled across this Laugh and Live by Douglas Fairbanks. I should add some humor, but I'm not. At the moment, anyway. So make it a great day, and bye for now.